Hi guys, Legendary Bassell Games here. So, we're going to talk about my own character and my own content, because screw it, I'm doing it, and I'm going to put another character video up that is about my own personal content, about the Bassell series as a whole. So, this is my own trademark, and I'm going to say that I've already got it, taken care of. And as soon as I get the chance, it is going to be immediately copyrighted. So, without further ado, let's talk about Bassell's character and what he does in the story. So, about the elements, etc., what his gifts are, what he does in the story overall. So, in the Legend of Bassell series, because that's what it's called officially, Bassell himself, Bassell Charles Nolak III, he has the ability to create, he has the ability to destroy, he has time-like abilities, so controlling time, stopping time, etc., everything that has to do with time, creation, life, death, everything like that. He has every element in existence. He has the convexity element, which is like a really weird space-time ability, like, you know how space, well, specifically outer space exists, how wormholes and black holes exist. Essentially, that's what that ability is. It is the ability to summon those kind of things onto his world that he created. So he created the world of Zirconia 1 and 2, because there are 2 of them in existence. And after the first one was destroyed and recreated, the second one was created, and he used the same exact type of ability, which is called convexity, and it's also called like a time ability, pretty much. Also, he has the light ability, which is just what it says, or what it sounds like. It's just light, basically like sunlight or like holy light, etc. He has fire, he has shadow, he has hell, which hell is like and these are all different types of magic, by the way. And hell is like a purple flame that is mixed with green and purple and blue. So it's like a multicolored flame. And in his ability, actually Hellwalker has more of this ability, but Bassell can also use it. It's called Black Flames of Hell. And it's what it says. It's basically, it's hellish flame that ignites upon target, and it is what it says it is, and it doesn't really go out at all until the caster says, okay, let's not have this happen, like, let's stop this thing from burning, etc. And it is the hottest flame in existence. It's basically even hotter than the flame of the sun itself. So that's how hot it is, because it has multiple types of like different flames, etc. And then you've got like the fear ability, which is like a red fire, which doesn't look anything like fire you would find normally. Basically what it is, it's like a spiritual type of fire, like a spiritual, evil, eminent kind of fire, and it is like blood red type of fire. And the next one that Bassell has is shadow, which is like a dark blue, purplish, blackish type of fire. And that's what shadow is. And hell also has the ability to summon things too. So that element, it can also summon the gates to hell, it can summon Cerberus, all the creatures from mythology, it can summon demons, fallen angels, etc. It can summon pretty much anything that exists in hell that shouldn't exist. It can summon other things too. It can also summon like Medusa too. It has that ability to do that too. It also has the ability to summon anything out of any type of mythology. So it also has the ability to summon the I think Cerberus is the wolf with like multiple heads. I would have to actually look it up again to see what Cerberus actually is in terms of abilities. It has the ability to summon the giant sea snake. So what is that giant sea snake called? The one that they talk about in like legends and stuff on TV, etc. Like a snake, etc. that lives in ponds and stuff. Yeah, basically he has the ability to summon that creature. That's what they call it. Loch Ness monster. He has the ability to summon that. And he also has the ability to summon other things like other deities too that are also associated with him and other characters. So basically the whole entire undead world can be summoned. Also, he has the ability to summon the like earth type abilities. Like earth like is just a generic ability in my opinion. And he can like slap his hands together and pieces of the earth can come like flying at you, and they can slam you into a wall or like basically like crumble beneath your feet and lock you beneath the ground, and they can destroy you and stuff. And he also has the ability to use this in like a volcanic eruption kind of thing. So combine the fire and lava and stuff with the earth ability and cause volcanoes to erupt. And he also has the wind ability and also the water ability. So the wind ability being like the wind that like the kind of winds that you don't want to be in front of. Like the winds that will slice you into a million little pieces if you go out, or it'll blow you away kind of stuff. He also has the ability to summon hurricanes. He has the ability to summon giant snowstorms because he has those type of abilities. Can summon ice too. So ice is another ability that he has. He also has that one. He has the sand ability, which is just sand, but the sand can like pull you under like quicksand and stuff like that. And it can do all of that. It can like crush you and stuff. It can blow around, get in your eyes, like get in your skin and stuff, and basically be really uncomfortable in general. Also, he has the ability to use lightning, which is with lightning of any color that he pretty much darn well chooses it to be. So purple, or you can summon green lightning, blue lightning, white lightning, black lightning, red lightning, because he can take the other abilities that he has to change the color and make them any color that he wants to. So lightning, he can make it brown lightning. He can make it, what else can he do it? He can do it red lightning. He can do it like dark blue lightning. Another color he can do is like, what else can he do? He can do purple. We already said that one. But where he can do multicolored lightning, which is that. He has the ability to also control poison, which is poison is just what it is, but he can slap you with the poison, essentially, and it can erode your skin and stuff, and it can destroy you. And he also has the water ability, which that's what it is, but the water that he has, he can, like, apply to your skin, and he can, like, heal your arm, like any injury that you might have or anything like that, and he can pretty much stop you from dying. He also has the ability to fly. He has the ability to teleport anything that he wants of any magnitude to pick it up, teleport it away. So he can teleport his whole freaking house if he wants to. He can teleport multiple people in one place to another, etc. That's another thing he can also do. He can also control all of these elements. What other elements does he have? He also has the sound ability, which is like super sound, which it can be so freaking loud that it can destroy your eardrums and also destroy your house, because the sound waves can be mixed with the wind and stuff and air, and he can, even with the sound ability alone, it can pick up your car and destroy it into a million little pieces. So because it's so loud. Also, he has the ability to be super fast, super speed, super strength, and he's darn near invincible. He's Bassell himself is almost completely and totally immortal. He doesn't even die until he's over 500,000 years old, etc. And what he does is, the students that he takes on is, he says, I will train you. He trains students to use the magical abilities that they have, or any ability that they might have in general, and he trains them to be strong just like him, or strong in general, to use other abilities to make them stronger than they were before, to harness their magic abilities, control it, and prepare them for life. So that's another thing that he does, because he runs an academy that teaches students to control magic and all of that stuff. And all of that stuff. What else does he do? He also rules the whole entire world, and there's almost nothing that can stop him and stuff. And he goes to other parts of the world, and if someone is in a really dark situation, really dark place, and doesn't really have anywhere else to go, he's like, hey, want to come to my academy? I can teach you how to wield those powers of yours. I can make you stronger, and I can make you feel better about yourself, and I can destroy these people that are hurting you. Essentially, that kind of deal. And that is another thing that he does. He steps in and stops bad guys, and no matter what kind of a situation is, whether it's a situation you can relate to or you can't relate to. I'm drinking water here. My throat's getting really, really dry. And he also has the ability to read minds, etc., like that. He can also, he can talk to others telepathically. That's another one that he can do. He can walk through walls. That's another really obscure ability that he has. He also has the ability to look at a picture or a paper that's got writing on it, whether it's printed or handwriting, and then he can look at the stuff that's written on a paper like this, and he can decipher it, and the magic that he embeds in the paper, it can actually make the letters on the page rearrange, change forms, also look different in size, shape, language, whatever. And he can also do like this technique that's called the living chessboard technique, which is where he has a chessboard in front of him, and he can just kind of like move the pieces with like his hands. And the living chessboard, what that does essentially in the world, if he's trying to find someone, he can create giant storms in like real time and destroy buildings as he's looking for this person, so he can flush them out of hiding and knock over entire buildings, pretty much anything that gets in his way. And he can use all of the elements that he has at his disposal with the living chessboard technique as he's like moving the pieces around, kind of like manipulation type stuff. He has some really OP abilities too. He also has the really weird ability where he can, which is called Weather of Tears technique, where he cries, and as he's crying, and every time he does, the weather starts to change, and it starts to rain outside, and lightning starts happening as he's crying about something. And the outside can, like, you can have massive storms, etc., while he's having his mental breakdown, and that kind of a thing. He can pretty much dictate the weather, so he also has weather control too. That's another thing that he has. And the cane that he has, the cane that he walks with, well, it's not just any normal cane. It has the ability, when he like clicks the button on the cane, and it like flips open, and it turns into a sword that's damn near indestructible. So pretty much when he has that, he can fight, and he can be really, 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 really freaking strong, man. He can, even though the character is dying of some disease that isn't outwardly explained too well, because I didn't really want to go into full explanation as to what it is, but he's a badass character, and I like him as a character, and he is my most proud creation. He is the best creation, in my opinion, that I have ever created. And all of my history of writing my story characters, and he's a comic book character, so he's really freaking cool. So yeah, he has other techniques too. He has like, his hair is like really, really long, and it goes well past his waist. So and all he has to do is like think about it, and he doesn't even have to say anything or make hand signs or anything. He can slap you with his hair, and his hair can essentially pretty much slap you silly. That's another ability that he has originally, because his design is kind of derived off of a cat, like in Egyptian mythology. He is supposed to be similar to that in appearance, but he is extremely fat in the story. So that's another really funny thing about the story, is that he's such a big man, but yet people, like, they don't even really say too much, and he doesn't even care, man. He doesn't even care that he's that big. It doesn't bother him, because he's been alive for so freaking long. And at the end of the story, when he dies, he doesn't even die until he's like over 500,000 years old. So he is beyond old. He's so old that if you think about it, I don't even really know what's 500,000 years old. Maybe the first pyramids of first Egyptian pyramids in existence and history. So, yeah. And the whole design of his actual home world is that it was a desert world that had pyramids, Egyptians, all of that stuff, but it was also industrialized, and it also had technology that could restore you to health. And also, he has another really weird ability that no one seems to like when Shauzi uses it, but when Bassell uses it, it's much better and it's not quite as creepy. So it's still creepy in all of its existence because it controls death itself, and it pretty much brings back the dead completely and totally back to life, as if they never died in the first place. So yeah, basically it completely and totally stops death, and it makes the characters, so if they do die, then it's like complete and total resurrection. So it's resurrection and it's recreation. So not only does he have the ability to resurrect them as they were, but if they were evil, then he also has the ability to completely and totally erase anything about them that was evil and actually turn them over to his side, turn them into a good guy. So he has the ability to do that too. So that's another one that he can do. And he can, I don't think there's anything else that he can do, honestly, except for like fly and stuff. We already covered that. Oh, he also has the ability to grow in size, like to a giant size, like the size of a building. And he also has the ability to lift up a building itself off of its foundation, so like a 4 or 5 story building, and like pick it up as if it was nothing and throw it and be like, hey, look at me, I'm dying, but I can do this. Pretty much make you look like a weakling as a human being, and he's not even a human. That's the thing. He's a deity. He is a deity that is from the Rekasash clan originally, but in the beginning of the story, long before the story actually ever took place, initially, his non-biological father, but his uncle pissed off another clan that was the predecessor to the Nolakian clan, and basically changed the outcome of the war that was going on in their world. He said, I've had enough. I've had enough. You're going down, etc. He stopped the war and he said, I don't want this last name, so I have respect for my wife, more respect than I have for you, father. And then he had his last name changed legally to the last name of Nolakian, or Nolak, and that's how the name Nolak came into existence. And that's why Bassell's last name is Nolak and not Rekasash, because if his last name is Rekasash, then he would be known as somebody who's related to Shalza, and Shalza is a really bad guy, really bad guy. He is a jerk. He is a dictator, and he destroyed nearly everything on the home world. He destroyed it so much so that on the home world, their world was so thoroughly destroyed that nothing was even left standing except the sands, and sand had destroyed everything, and the gods wandered into a giant sandstorm except for Shalza. Shalza was the only one that was able to survive the storm that had taken place on that world, because the other gods, they were like, screw it, we're out of here, guys, we don't have to be here. And yeah, that's the story. So if you like the video, subscribe to the page, click the notification bell, like the video, and also comment on the video. Thank you. Bye.